the auditor in my interview expressed an interest in looking over the annual report before we look at it, so I'm gonna be presenting a draft to them, hopefully before our next meeting. My goal is to have a draft that we can all look at and discuss in committee on the 25th, and then to approve at our subsequent meeting. If there's anybody, I'll renew my call. If there's anybody who wants to be part of this process or wants to help shape this, please send me an email.
Okay. On D8, Charlie's no longer part of the committee, and I have, I need a chair or a person to head up the bylaws subcommittee. And I can draft you, or you can volunteer. So do I hear any volunteers? Now, essentially, this is to continue to review and revise it as necessary the existing bylaws that we currently have.
Point of order, I thought the bylaws was part of the secretary's position. Is that not true?
No, it's not. It just happened that he did both.
Right. I suppose I will volunteer for that.
Peter is volunteering for the bylaws committee. Okay, thank you, Peter.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
do we need to extend the meeting 15?
we do.
I move that we extend the meeting 15 minutes.
Motion to extend the meeting to 8:15. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Passes unanimously. Okay.
Before we move on, I'll say that I actually believe that I am qualified to head the bylaw subcommittee, and I'll just tout some of my qualifications for the record. The first is that I've served as a parliamentarian for my student government in college, as well as in law school. Also attended law school, earned my Juris Doctorate, and have some legal training. And I believe those, for the aforementioned reasons, I am qualified.
Very nice, very good.
And also because I volunteered.
Yeah, you don't need a resume for this job. Okay, D9 is the Cost Savings Measures Subcommittee. This is a committee that we established on December the 10th. The task of this subcommittee is to follow the basic requirements per the Ed Code. And it really is about the soft costs, which are consultant fees and architect fees and all these kinds of various different fees. As you can see by the report that Mark presented tonight, services, that line item, services, is exactly what we are going to be looking at. And the average on that is at $1.7 million per month. So you round that off, that's a large amount of money. What this committee is going to have a lot of work. There are a lot of contracts to review, agreements to review, fees, invoices. I have a box in my car with some of that already. And I have a volunteer for chair, and that's Tasha Flukas, who's not here today. I have a volunteer to serve on the committee, and that's Kelvin Lowe. I think it's a committee that is going to be very significant and important and has quite a bit of information that they need to really drill into. And so I'd like to see more than just the two people on this committee. So I'd like to know if there are any volunteers, especially if you have background in construction and project management and any of those areas that are going to be looked at.
I've got some background in construction, but I don't want to stretch myself thin. I'm trying to
You're on the change order.
change order and
Eventually, we anticipate that the change order committee will merge with the soft cost measures, or cost saving measures subcommittee. I can't get my head around this title. But Mr. Oakley? Mr. Oakley? Yes.
I don't really mean a lot, but I would like to mention that, like you say, merging those two makes perfect sense, because, when I get a chance to explore some of the ways the other districts have, some of the other districts like Los Angeles and some of the other large districts have done the as-built, that kind of thing. Whether that's a possibility, whether it's feasible, that kind of thing. What am I saying? I'm talking about where the contractor actually, and the architect combine as a team. To eliminate some of that friction between these two. Because contractors usually have an adversarial relationship with the architect. I was going to say, you didn't draw what I needed to build this building. Therefore, I have to have change order.
Well, I think the effect of this committee is going to be seen a lot because of the district and the amount of money the district spends on architectural fees and what they call add-on services, that is going to be a focal point of.
But I'm not really, I can't really commit, so that's why I'm not.
You can't commit?
But I just wanted to mention that.
But I can put your name down and you can try to attend. So I've got your name down.
Make him a draft.
He's being voluntold.
You're
He's being voluntold.
alternate.
Super Bowl coming up.
Don't ask any questions, you'll get assigned to committees.
So right now, if there's anyone, yes, Tom?
I've raised my hand not to volunteer.
Oh, sorry.
I did want to just add again for the record that the world wonders, if you will, around this change order and the other thing, and I'm glad it's being commented on because I think over time, there does seem some logic when we talk about cost savings, the change orders and this stuff. But at least I'm also comfortable that as we dwell with this sort of ambiguity for a while, that they, right now at least, are two separate entities, and then over time, as things, as we often say, they will evolve, then we'll see if it makes sense to bring them together. I maintain, I should have said this under the change order, I've said it maybe before, I maintain that I am shocked that after 16 years into this $1.6 billion school bond program, that there is not an existing body of knowledge and or documents relating to how we deal with change orders, for example, and that there is not an ongoing, I'll call it, change order analysis that the school district does and presents both to the CBOC and to the school board. I am shocked that is the case. And maybe we'll get to the point where, because there's changeover of people and most of us are doing it, and that's 16 years and we don't have a body of knowledge and or documents and or focused kinds of reporting that speaks to an analysis of the change orders. This 5 and 10% thing, by the way, didn't come up that I'm aware of until our construction training. Thank God for the training. And the architect there guy and the mercurial consulting guy mentioned, well, 5% if you're going to new construction and 10% if you're going to modify. Those are kind of industry norms. Polish salute. No kidding. Gee, I didn't know that. And so anyway, sorry.
I would say,
Okay.
the word I was trying to say was, I was trying to think of the word design build. But I can tell you, change order is an art and a science. I mean, it almost takes an engineer full time investigating this kind of stuff. And especially somebody that can actually have expert use of the codes, all this stuff, the standards and all that kind of thing. But like I say, it's an art, and that's why most people can't deal with it. And simply just add the 5% and go away. Forget about it.
I just wanted to observe that I've been really looked at the membership role and realized that I'm a veteran